Liam, I suppose tomorrow will just be about bouncing back and making sure that you finish the season on a high.
Yeah, definitely. I think as frustrating as the result was at the weekend and the manner of the goals we conceded, there was still a huge number of positives to take out of it. Um, like I said after the game, when you look at the fight, the character, the spirit, that never giving up, and then some of the moments of quality, I thought, we like I said, we showed some real positives. So yeah, it's one of those you take what you can from it. So again, people forget sometimes how young and it's a new experience for some of the guys in the team to play Sky under lights, etc., etc. So that was again another experience ticked off for the lads. So I think when you look at it, I think it's definitely an experience at the weekend that we can use to become better.
How's Mo doing?
Yeah, not it's not a good one to be fair. He's going to be out for some time, unfortunately. So and it's important now when we talk around the culture that we get around him, we support him, and we give him the best care that we can to get him back to full health. So unfortunately, yeah, bad news, not a good one.
I mean, that's obviously devastating news. He's been in such great form since the turn of the year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I think when you look at the progress he's made over the course of the season, his defensive responsibilities, his movement, his end product, I feel's got better as the season's gone on. Hence him being he was on a good vein of form. So yeah, look, it's a blow, it's a loss, obviously, for us. But it's the cliche is football, right? You have to suck up some of the moments and some of the misfortunes. And again, that's why you need the squad, you need the team, and you need people ready to step in and take someone's spot when something unfortunate like that happens.
Of course, you have got players in the team who are also chipping in with goals. You obviously got Twiney and Troy Parrott, who have again hit a rich vein recently.
Yeah, really important that I think even the highest level of the game now. I think there's been a big shift away from someone scoring 30, 40 goals a season. I think if you're totally dependent on that, and that person does stop, where does the next source? And I think that's what I think we've had over the course of the season, whether it be Twiney, Troy, Harry Darling's chipped in. I think even all the way back to Peter Kioso obviously contributed a few. So I think that's really important for us. And again, I think it's another one to flag that there's a few others. Connor hit the post the other day. I think can Connor, can Josh, can some of the other guys start to chip in with a few as well? Because again, I think spreading the goals through the teams makes you much more dangerous and adaptable, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Connor's shot, I mean, he's just come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he, in recent weeks? And I think you know that central midfield area, particularly when you picked him up, was a troublesome one for you. You were looking light on numbers, but he's come in and he's just gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. It was one in the window. We weren't sure whether it'd be possible due to the number of loans we had, and obviously Ethan got called back, which we hadn't expected. You can't plan for that. So I knew he was one that if he was still available, would suit us, would fit us, and I think he's progressively got better. I think he's footballing game at the weekend. He's able to play in that and impose himself and impose his style on the game. And at the same point, when we've had games where it's been a bit more of a battle, he can do that as well. So I think he's done really well. Been really pleased with him. Yeah, and then the shot of the weekend. I think if that goes in, you've got maybe enough time to really heap the pressure on Sheffield Wednesday. So I think it's one of those. He's done well. I think he's constantly looking to get better, which I think is also important to stress. He fits the culture of our group that he's driven. He's hungry. He's ambitious. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. He wants to improve. And it's our job as staff to keep challenging him.
A top six spot could be pretty much secured this afternoon with the other games going on. Is that any sort of consolation for you, knowing that you haven't got to kick a ball to secure a playoff spot, or are you not even paying attention to that sort of thing?
No, I'm sure Ant will tell me if it happens. To be fair, it's not something I consciously go out my way to find out about. I think my biggest thing is I just want to see us respond tomorrow night. I think that, and you see the group. The group are so honest and so aware, and that's what makes them terrific to work with. Because you come out, you come in after the game Saturday, you have a discussion with them, and they know, and that for me is terrific when you've got a group of players that their reflections align with the staff's. I think such a powerful thing because it means you can stretch, challenge, and have real honest conversations with the lads. So in a good spot, and I think that's why. Yeah, my biggest thing is let's respond. Let's go and play tomorrow night. Let's go and do the best we can. Let's go and look forward to another really exciting match.
And a team who have an awful lot riding on the match as well in Oxford. They can their season will be pretty much made or broken by this result tomorrow night.
Yeah, look, irrespective of the result, I think it's what do we expect going into the game, and obviously. I've spoken with Carl a few times, and obviously, know a lot of him from obviously the people here, and when we played them previously, they're so dangerous when you look at it. The number of goals they've scored, the threats they have in the team, how attacking they are. It's quite exciting to watch them. To be fair, so there's some, that's the biggest thing going into the game. All the stuff around it, what they need to do, this permutation, that number. For me, it is what it is. My concentration's going on. We need to be at our best. We need to be at our maximum to get something from the game.
Funny game back at Stadium MK earlier this season. Feels like an awfully long time ago, but for all the good work that was done in the first half, it all seemed to fall apart with a few silly mistakes in the second.
Yeah, I remember the day Twani dropped out with COVID on the day. I think there was one that was actually really close to being called off. If I remember correctly, I think we had I can't remember how many it was. It was about 6 or 7 missing that day. We had to make a lot of changes last minute, which, look, it's not ideal preparation. I also remember us playing really well first half. I thought we had real good control with, a team that, hadn't had the correct prep work, and, people had maybe not had the psychological prep knowing they were starting. So I think, how we coped with that, the challenge of last minute changes and, curveballs being thrown at us. I thought the group responded really, really well, and played well first half, and then as you expect, second half they came out, they got after it, they engaged higher up the pitch, and we got a couple of moments where we turned it over, led to us losing the game. But I remember it being a good game, an exciting game that was extremely tight.
Finally, we're heading into final 10 days or so of the season now. It's certainly flown by, and I mean, you must be relishing these last few games.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think that's really important to do. When you get to these, the crunch end of the season. I think also being able to step back and reflect on the bigger picture. The progress the team's made, the progress the club's made. I think when you look at it from that perspective, look, I think obviously look, the lads have been terrific. All season. It's now about can we sustain it? Can we keep it going into the last few games? And can we really push? And that will be the message game on game. But like I said, it's the lads have been outstanding all season. It's now a case of let's keep it there. Let's maintain them standards. Let's keep pushing and do what we can.